The most common iPhone 7 problems and how to fix them. Problem: speakerphone button appears grayed out during calls. Some iPhone users have noticed that the speaker icon appears grayed out when making phone calls. This issue appears to affect a small number of users, and Apple is aware of this issue. However, they no longer offer free out-of-warranty repairs for in-ear speakers that no longer work. Possible solution: this issue may be caused by accessories paired with your phone via Bluetooth. Turn off Bluetooth by swiping up from the bottom of your phone and tapping the Bluetooth icon to disable it. Problem: no service detected. Back in 2016, Macrumors reported that it had an internal Apple document showing that the company was aware of a bug that caused the iPhone 7 to have no cellular service after exiting airplane mode. The company said it has resolved the issue, while also releasing a fix for the issue, now discontinued. The issue also kept popping up recently, with users complaining of no service after updating their iPhone 7 to iOS 13.5.1. Possible solutions: Apple has an official published solution to this issue, which walks you through restarting and reinserting the SIM card. We suggest you follow these instructions anytime your iPhone 7 can't get a cellular connection. Update to the latest version of iOS, if you haven't already. Reset your network settings. Remove your SIM card and insert it again. Take your phone to Apple for repair. Inconvenience: there is no 3.5mm headphone jack. Apple's decision to remove the headphone jack in the iPhone 7 was very controversial. If you've invested in a great pair of headphones that rely on the standard port found on every phone thus far, you may be feeling some discomfort. Having to use a Lightning port also means you can't charge your iPhone 7 while using headphones. There are some solutions, but there is no real solution to this one. Solution: problem: iPhone 7 makes a hissing sound. Many iPhone 7 owners have complained about a mysterious hissing sound coming from the back of the device. The sound appears louder when the iPhone is engaged in heavy work, such as when running an application or game that requires a lot of effort, which indicates that the problem is related to the processor. Put your ear next to the Apple logo and play something that requires a lot of processing power to experience for yourself. It's also worth noting that many phones and other devices will make some hissing and other noises when under extreme stress, if you listen closely. We don't notice it very often. This issue was affecting enough people that both Ars Technica and 9 to 5 Mac reported on it. Possible solution: there's currently no fix for this issue, but reports suggest it's not on every iPhone 7, so you may want to return your phone and get a new one. If it's really bothering you, contact Apple, your carrier, or your retailer and ask for a replacement. If you can't obtain a replacement, contact Apple or a qualified technician about a possible repair. Problem: poor battery life. The iPhone 7's battery life is much better than it was on the iPhone 6s, thanks to the larger battery and more efficient A10 Fusion chip. For many people on Apple's discussion forums, this appears to be the case, but we've also seen many complaints about rapid battery drain, with an increase in complaints often coinciding with a new OS update, which is subsequently patched in a later update. Solution: update to the latest version of iOS if you haven't already. Battery drain issues were addressed in updates following the launch of the iPhone 7. If you head to Settings Battery, you can turn on Low Power Mode to further extend battery life, but that comes at a cost. Mail Fetch, Hey Siri, Background App Refresh, automatic downloads, and some visual effects will be reduced or turned off completely. However, you can turn off any of these individually to reduce battery life. Take a look at your battery usage in Settings Battery and see if a particular app is consuming a lot of power. Consider updating, uninstalling, or replacing it. Check out our iPhone battery tips for more ideas, or our roundup of the best portable battery chargers. Error: new iPhone 7 cannot be activated. Many people have had trouble activating their new iPhone 7. If you receive a message that the activation server is unavailable, it's likely that Apple is simply struggling to handle the current volume or people are trying to access it. You can check the status here. If there's no green box next to Activate iOS device, try again later. Possible fixes. If you're trying to do this using your cellular connection, switch to Wi-Fi instead. Try turning your iPhone off and on again by pressing and holding the sleep wake button and then dragging the slider to turn off the device completely. Press and hold the sleep wake button again to turn it on. Make sure iTunes is updated. Try connecting your iPhone 7 to your computer and complete the activation using. Contact your carrier and ask if there are any known issues with iPhone 7 activation. You may need to get a replacement SIM card. If nothing works, it's time to contact Apple. Problem: poor phone call, speakerphone quality. This is one of the most widely reported iPhone 7 problems. There are several threads on Apple discussion forums full of iPhone 7 owners who have reported this exact issue. People have said that the incoming sound sounds distant, or is too low to be heard. Enough people have made complaints about this that Apple has since updated its support page in an attempt to help people with audio issues. Official solution: go to Settings Sounds and drag the ringer and alert slider to turn up the volume. If you can get sound out of the speaker, there are several other things you can try. Check the ring silent switch on the side of the phone to make sure it is not set to silent, orange. Make sure your case does not block the speaker. Restart your iPhone. Clean any dirt, dust, or debris from the speaker. Launch an app that plays audio or sound effects and adjust the volume using the volume keys or control center controls. If you can't get sound out of your speaker, or nothing changes after trying the methods above, contact Apple support. It has been suggested that if your carrier is Verizon, this could be the source of the problem. Contact company support here. Error: 3D haptic feedback no longer works. This is almost certainly a bug since 3D touch still works. It's just that there are no reviews from the phone suggesting 3D touch is being used. Users reported this issue with iOS 10.2, so it's always a good idea to update to a newer version of iOS whenever it's available. Here are some things you can try if the issue is still affecting you. The alternative solution: restarting the phone will temporarily restore haptic feedback. Possible solutions: go to Settings Sounds and Haptics, and turn haptics off and on again. Go to Settings General Accessibility 3D Touch to toggle the feature on and off and adjust sensitivity. If you have Skype installed, some have been able to recover comments after disabling the app integration option, or deleting the app entirely. Problem: phone app crashes and freezes. Several users took to Apple's discussion forums to report that the phone app would crash or close when in the phone app settings, in the recent calls list, and while making calls using Bluetooth headphones. Soft and hard resets did not fix the issue, and those who tried a factory reset did not experience any changes either. Possible solutions: update to the latest available version of iOS. If the problem started after the update itself may have been installed incorrectly. If possible, restore your device to a backup that was made before you applied the update, and then install the update again. The workaround suggests turning off Exchange contacts. You can do this by going to Settings Contacts Accounts, then tapping your Exchange accounts and turning off the Contacts slider. Problem: 3D Touch no longer works. 3D Touch is an integral part of the iPhone 7 and iPhone 7 Plus, because it makes it easier to interact with apps and access some of their settings and features. However, some users were unable to turn on the 3D Touch feature, or notice that it stopped working completely. Possible solutions: restart your iPhone. If you recently applied a new screen protector, remove it and try using 3D Touch again. If it worked, the problem was with the screen protector. Update your phone if possible. Clean your touch screen, as well as your hands. Go to Settings, General Accessibility 3D Touch, and make sure you haven't turned the feature off by accident. From this page, you can also adjust and test the feature's sensitivity. Contact Apple support or go to an Apple store or Apple service provider to repair or replace your device. Bug: microphone cut off. When you're in the middle of a voice call and you're using speakerphone or the handset, the microphone will cut out, resulting in static and unintelligible sounds. The problem does not occur during every phone call. Often, after you hang up and call back, the static disappears, but the caller is still difficult to hear or is completely muted. This is different from the phone quality issue mentioned above, which dealt with audio from incoming calls. This is an issue related to the person making an outgoing call. Possible solutions. As always, restart your phone and check for an update. One solution that has been said to work is to back up your iPhone, then perform a factory reset and restore the phone using the backup. It could also be a hardware issue. Contact Apple support or go to an Apple store for repair or replacement. Problem: Touch ID has stopped working. People on the Apple forums have had an issue with Touch ID. The feature stopped working completely or had trouble working, with some users reporting that they couldn't use Touch ID while their iPhone was plugged in and charging. Possible solutions. As always, start by restarting your phone and then try using Touch ID again. Clean the sensor and fingers used in Touch ID. Dust, dirt, and other debris can interfere with the sensor. Update to the latest version of iOS. Remove previously added fingerprints and re-add them. Consider creating multiple fingerprints by scanning the same finger at different angles. If it doesn't work while plugged in, try using a different wall outlet or USB port. Make sure to check the Lightning port as well and remove any debris. Contact Apple support, as there may be a hardware issue. Some users noticed that Touch ID stopped working after replacing the battery. Problem: Bluetooth issues. As with other smartphones, people have trouble maintaining a Bluetooth connection, either with third-party wireless headphones, or when trying to connect their iPhone to the car. Some users have also noticed a much greater battery drain when using it. Possible solutions. Restart the phone. Turn Bluetooth off and on again. Unpair your Bluetooth devices and try pairing them again. You can try resetting your network settings by tapping Settings, General Reset Network Settings. Then try using Bluetooth again. iPhone update. Perform a factory reset, restore your phone using a backup, or as a new phone, and try using Bluetooth again. Problem: Camera displays a black, green, or purple screen. This issue affects iPhone 7 Plus users. Users on Apple discussion forums and Reddit often complain that their iPhone 7 Plus displays a black, or sometimes green or purple, screen when they try to use their camera. Sometimes an error also appears, saying iPhone needs emergency cooling. Recently, users reported that the camera app is not loading. Possible solutions. The first thing you need to do is try the steps mentioned on the Apple support website. If the above steps do not solve the camera issue, your iPhone 7 likely has a hardware issue. In this case, we suggest you contact Apple support. Many users experiencing this issue have had their iPhones repaired or replaced. Discomfort: black paint chips or peeling. Apple's support pages indicate there may be fine scratches on the glossy black finish of the iPhone 7, which was prone to scratching. However, a thread that has reached epic proportions on Apple discussion forums shows that the iPhone 7's plain black finish is also prone to chipping and peeling, even when it's coated. Solutions. Unfortunately, Apple's warranty doesn't cover this type of cosmetic damage. Some users ended up selling their iPhone and getting another iPhone 7 in a different color. According to a post on the Apple support forums, a customer using the usernames Fuzz1on was able to escalate this issue to a moderator. The supervisor then asked this customer to send photos of the iPhone 7, and he was able to exchange his phone at an authorized service center. Problem: overheating. In a thread covering much of the iPhone 7's lifespan, users on Apple's forums complained about their iPhone 7 getting uncomfortably hot. It is normal for smartphones and other electronic devices to get hot when performing certain tasks. For example, your iPhone can get warm while streaming live video, using Snapchat, playing games, or doing other tasks that would push the CPU to its limits. Although it's normal for it to heat up while doing CPU-intensive tasks, your iPhone should return to its normal operating temperature when you're done. Possible solutions. A poorly functioning app could be the reason why your iPhone is overheating. This app can also run in the background, causing your iPhone to overheat. Check for any apps that have just been updated. After all, this issue is often caused by a bad update. If you can't trace the issue, you can follow our guide on how to restore your iPhone. If you've reset and restored your iPhone and the issue persists, we encourage you to contact Apple support. A smartphone that is prone to overheating may have a serious hardware problem, which is a problem that you will need to solve as soon as possible.